if you don't tell yourself you love yourself, why do you expect other people to tell you that? And they didn't have an answer. I'll turn that question to you. How is it that so many of us can't even tell ourselves that we love ourselves, but yet we expect it from everyone else but ourselves?
Because it comes down to societal conditioning. Like, we've been taught over and over again to look for love outside of ourselves, to look for even money, success, whatever it is, to look for things outside. When in reality, you have to turn inward, and people don't like to do that because it takes radical responsibility to look at yourself and realize that whatever situation that you have in your life, you created it. And I, didn't want to believe that I created this toxic relationship that I was in. I just wanted to blame it on the other person, saying that, well, he did this. So, he was making my life miserable. But looking back, I made my life miserable because that's what I was willing to tolerate. And I created that situation in my head because I didn't think I deserved any better. So it takes a lot of responsibility to look at ourselves and realize that the situations that we've created in our lives, it's all up to us. No one else is doing anything to us. No one else is, making our lives miserable or hurting us. It comes down to what we are doing and our expectations that we place. And I saw something this morning that said, it was a meme that I saw, and the meme was, who hurt you? And the other person is like, my own expectations. And it's so true because we think that other people are hurting us, other people are doing all of these things to us. But at the end of the day, why did they hurt us? Because we expected them to be something different. We expected them to do something different. And when they didn't meet those expectations, we feel hurt. So ultimately, it all comes down to us and being able to look at ourselves and turn inward instead of having those expectations for other people to love us, because we have so many expectations thinking that we can get love from someone else and from something outside of ourselves. But it's all here, it's all within.
It's like when someone goes into a relationship, as you mentioned, right? And they have this long list of expectations, right? And they'll say, I'll use us as an example, right? Like we're dating, and I come with this list. Okay, Maggie has to be this, right? And within the first couple of dates, I know that the majority of the things that I want, you don't have, but yet I continue, right? And
Right.
then when it doesn't go the way that, to your point, that I expected, I'm not mad at myself, even though I knew you couldn't give me what I wanted. I'm mad at you for not giving me what I expected, even though you had no idea of my
Yeah.
expectations and my long list, right? And I think it comes down to one, responsibility, which is something a lot of us fear and a lot of us don't want to do. And it comes to accountability, saying that, you know what, Maggie's not crazy. Her and I are just not compatible because there's things that she did that I didn't like. And I'm pretty sure that there's things that I did that she didn't like. But it seems to always to be crazy to point the finger at the other person and say, men will say the girl is crazy, girls will say the man is has no use, right?
Right, right. So yeah, I mean, like, so many times in my life. I mean, I've been on dates after I got out of the relationship, and it was a lot of that back and forth of men pointing the finger saying, "Oh, women are so crazy, they're so emotional," and all that, and then women pointing the finger saying, "Yeah, these men can't step up to who we want them to be," and ultimately it comes down to these expectations, and it's exhausting because we're constantly looking for somebody to fill our needs when in reality we're here to love ourselves, we're here to save ourselves, and the one thing that honestly makes me kind of riled up, it's like people are waiting for somebody to come save them. And I see this all the time. It's like even the clients that I work with, sometimes they'll come to me, they'll wanna hire a coach, they'll want to participate in a program. They think that once they they participate in this program, all of their problems are gonna go away, and they stop doing the work because they think that I'm there to save them. And I tell them, no one is here to save you. You are here to save yourself. You're here to take responsibility for your own life. And, people don't like to hear that.
So what's the process you'd help as a coach? So what's the process for those people, right? When they come to you like that, and how are you helping them?
Yeah, so this is like a huge mindset shift that we have to go through because we've been taught all our lives to look for something outside to save us, and that's the biggest lie that we've been told as a society, is to look for an external savior when we're here to save ourselves. And it's that huge mindset shift that we have to start doing. It's like, where are you not taking responsibility in your life? And it starts with the smallest things. Let's say you promise someone that you're gonna go to the grocery store and pick up groceries, and you didn't do that. That's you breaking a promise, not just to the other person, but to yourself. And every time you break a promise, even as small as that, to yourself, you lose a little bit of confidence in yourself because you lied to yourself, you broke a promise. And it starts by taking responsibility for the smallest things in our lives. When you say that you're going to do something, you'll do it. And it's not last minute you back out because you are lazy or you suddenly don't feel like doing it. You do what you said you were going to do. And by doing these small things, you start building up the confidence.
And do you help your clients reach that point where they're confident enough to not only maintain their word, but do a complete shift of maybe their perception of the world and their mindset?
Yeah, so I used to work with clients one on one. I no longer do, but when I did work with clients one on one, there was obviously a lot of accountability involved in that. So, I mean, I would be checking up on them daily, saying, hey, how are you doing with this? And I think having accountability definitely helps because this is a constant practice, right? Like we talked about, you're not going to do something once and master it, and especially if it's a habit or a behavior that you've been carrying on all your life, let's say all your life you haven't been taking responsibility for yourself. It's not like you're going to do it once and change your entire life and change your entire behaviors in your life. So this takes daily practice, and even moment to moment when you say that you're going to do something, you do it. And even if you don't do it, at first, be patient with yourself because this is not something that you can change in a week or even a month because you've been practicing this all your life. And it's just like anything. It takes patience, it takes consistency, it takes love for yourself because you don't just beat yourself up when you don't do it once or twice, because it just makes it worse when you come from that place of thinking that you have to be perfect all the time, because it's another trap in and of itself.